Okay, so people are saying we're dropping frames, but we shouldn't be because it says no drop frames. So you dropped 0. There are two things that happen though. One is when we're tabbed into StarCraft, for whatever reason, it makes other things go choppy on XSplit, but that's not drop frames. It's just like shitty CPU usage or something. I don't know. But if you guys are seeing drop frames, what I would suggest doing is clicking that little cogwheel on the video player and reporting the issue, because I have no idea. Like, if it says 0 drop frames for me, it should be none to the stream, but if you guys are seeing it, then I have no idea what would cause that. But alright, we're going to get in the game. It's the second best of 3 today for the European qualifiers. In the bottom left, he just had a pretty epic win versus Protoss. We'll see if he can do it again. It's the Teal Terran Beastyqt.
In the top right, as the red Protoss, he is Indy. 500?
So I think for Indy, I mean, first off, this is again a grandmaster player. This isn't some schmuck who just like got lucky through brackets. Like, he's actually a player to contest Beasty. Beasty's TvP hasn't looked too bad, but as we've just seen, he does certainly have some weaknesses to certain builds and maps and whatnot. Even though he won, and it was a really good win, I think better players than not Guru, excuse me, than Goblin would have been able to follow that up for a kill. No disrespect to Goblin, but respect to Beasty for taking advantage of the situation presented.
Yeah, I mean, Goblin was messaging me, and he was just like, you know, I threw. Specifically, he thought he threw with the shades. He should have canceled them, the ones that died in the middle of the map, I assume. Because if they were back at home and everything was together, then he probably would have held.
Yeah, that issue with the Marines and that cyclone in the grass and all that.
Yeah, but he took it well. He's, you know, just kidding about throwing and whatnot. But, you know, Beastyqt now all warmed up and prepped against Protoss players. Not going to open up the same way as he did versus Goblin on this map in particular. He does have that natural going down first and foremost. And then actually backing it up, not with a star, but with 2 more barracks.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting for production's sake. Production has been kind of crazy when it comes to watching some of these Terran all-ins. If this is actually going to be the case, it's first off very important this doesn't get scouted. Secondly, this is going to be like that 2-base version, and we won't see that 3rd CC come up. But this is going to give Beasty a lot of pushing power. Now, this is Hellions initially, which is kind of cool because we've seen Hellions actually do work against Protoss once they get to those mineral lines. But if this is just like a quick follow-up with like what I'm hoping is tanks, stim timing, and just like a devastating push, Indy might struggle to deal with it. Because while other players that we've been seeing more consistently, like Botvinnik and a couple others from Europe, have been using that as a regular go-to build, Beasty's got like a whole method of builds, like a whole ton of them too. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see if this is the one he actually chooses and goes for.
That's why it's another reason why we really like watching him, of course, is that he has a ton of different builds and a ton of different styles. Seems to change week to week. But this is already being nicely handled by Indy. 2 Hellions was never going to be super threatening, but you know, they get like 2-3 shots off accidentally, and then suddenly things do get kind of weird and bad for the Protoss. And now it's Indy's turn to try and return and do some damage. War Prism on the way. It's not going to be 7 gateways or anything like that, just the 3, which is very normal, but it's going to be roaming around and doing, you know, what it does. Be annoying. Beastyqt, we saw him have some trouble against the Warp Prism last game, despite knowing about it, and that kind of sucked. I don't think he's going to bother putting up a missile turret ring this game. He is super supply blocked. And, I'm going to zoom in on that.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm going to really just emphasize it? Okay.
Yeah.
Pro Terran, am I right? I thought this was Europe, not North America.
Am I right?
No, not that big of a deal, but wait, what soupsies? What we do? My end or what? Hello?
No, I fixed it.
Okay. Okay, what happened?
I accidentally turned off my camera.
Oh, well, I don't have that on.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
Cool, nailed it.
Thanks for drawing attention to it.
I thought this was something where like I screwed up in game, man. Don't do that to me. You can't just like whoopsies. All right, War Prism coming towards the main. Beasty has a really large amount of production. Stim is seconds from finishing. I think that's what he's waiting on before he takes the fight. Combat Shell's going to time out nicely for this as well. Dealing with the Warp Prism's got to be the utmost priority, but killing the Adepts, he's certainly got the firepower for it. Something I think a lot of Terran lack in this scenario.
Well, this is also, of course, very annoying. Just dealing with the warp prism, but not quite, and then the adepts start doing damage. Those were, of course, meant for the warp prism, but still help out with the adepts, and I sit down on the Widow Mines.
Yes, yes. 7 workers dead. BC behind by a little bit, but for this attack, funny enough, it's not about killing the workers, because BC has army that comes out of this, he's going to counterattack, and with medevacs with stim and +1, Indy can warp in here all day, but he has no army supply to work with. And now as BC heads across the map, what's he going to do? Warp in like 4 adepts and hope an overcharge keeps him alive? Indy's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's got to try and do. If Beastyqt just runs in with medevacs, doesn't unload first, then it's entirely possible that, you know, a couple of stalkers are put in overcharge and Beastyqt just will not bother. But if he unloads, either unloads first or, you know, actually goes on the main, as it's definitely obvious he's doing right now, then this actually could be a problem. At Indy, I mean, if he holds, he's actually in a really good position. 61 probes to 37, 3 Nexus. His production is about to hit its stride as well.
Oh, I didn't realize BC didn't heal these Marines before coming across the map. He just picked up and went. So a lot of these guys are already within like 1-shot range. Can't even stim some of them. 3 Marines still in that medevac. Losing out on this drop, not going to work out for him, not whatsoever.
Oh, and that does not set up Beastyqt well for this game. Like, seriously, Indy is about to hit his stride, and it is just going to be massive, overwhelming numbers, probably. I'll see if Beastyqt can do any more damage with more drops, or maybe he catches Indy's composition off guard, like, or something like that. But that third CC is so late, and I don't think even going for Liberators at this point will really scare Indy, even though that's exactly what Beastyqt is trying to do, is get his Liberator count up early and quickly.
Well, maybe one consolidated push? No, I was just going to try and split this up again. It's so scary seeing the, not just the stalker count, but those pylons waiting. Stalker score's going to blink in just one moment. Natural base might be the most open by the looks of it, even with all the pylons there. Looks like that's where the medevacs are going to try and sneak on in.
Okay, alright. Really, if he, like, slaughters 1 mineral line, so about 20 probes, right, then he's actually suddenly back in this game, but to do that into entire mineral lines can be very difficult.
Let's kill the mothership.
Core.
Yep.
Pretty nice.
Drop on the main not going in, though. After realizing that went off, I thought that for sure there'd be the follow-up, but goes to the third. Probe's going to get pulled into this. Not something you necessarily want to do, but kind of have to do. Scanning for reasons. Main base under attack once again. BC getting a lot of kills with this attack.
Yeah, and there was like 4 observers that went over that scan. That was really weird. I guess Indy's been F2ing or something. He almost lost all of his observers despite having so many.
But, okay, so BC tears down the worker count and evens it up. His third base is training in orbital as we speak. In your opinion, does this put him back in the game?
Yes, actually. I think he did definitely enough damage. That stride that Indy was hitting, you know, he was getting all of his production, was really, you know, based off the fact that he's going to have all 3 bases saturated and running the entire time.
Ooh, I like
now he's gonna hit it, you know, maybe a minute later, and Beastyqt will be fine against it.
I like the Liberator follow-up to this, actually. Quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a desperate gamble, but then Beastyqt did all that damage, so...
So this may have had an influence. I'm not sure if there was one attacking... Because I was like, what's with that scan? It looked like it was for the weird observers, but maybe there's a DT warped in? I'm not sure if the timing on there was good or not.
The Dark Shrine wasn't done with that odd scan.
Well, Dark Shrine is done now. BC actually just muled, so he's got no scans ready for this.
Very annoying. Luckily, there's only 1 DT, so shouldn't be losing more than 6 workers, I would say. Warp Prism denied by the Liberators. It's a nice use of them. And Liberator count's still growing, so BC probably going to think about the second starport soon. His supply is looking really good. Up 20... The nice tech, upgrades, even.
No. Misses the scan. DT snuck off hidden right here.
Oh, he did, yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice.
Attack in the front. BC's actually really got to deal with this. The Warp Prism be dealt with once again. Nice missile turret placement. Natural base under attack once again. DT kind of giving an attack to that Marine. Warp Prism does go down with the last shot of those Liberators. Absolutely worth it. Even though he loses the Liberator, removes the possibility of more DTs warped in. We got Widowmine set up here for some nice splash damage should the Adepts decide to transfer on top of the army. BC holding back, cleans up that DT, and now we can just focus on the front lines.
Yeah, I think he accidentally boxed his SCVs with his army in a hurry, so get those back to mining.
Maybe he wanted to load them in this medevac full of 8.
Receiving incoming transmission.
It's that emergency SCV drop, you know?
Yeah, he was gonna take that gold. Right?
No one expects it. No one expects it.
Hey, we got a $5 donation coming in from Cuddly Combine, by the way. Thank you so much for hitting us up with some donation love at the start of the cast. Canadian who was in the States for a month since April just got back. Used Ting the whole time I was there. Spent $35 when my roaming plan would have cost $100 plus. Wouldn't have known about them without you guys. Thanks and some love. Dude, I know, right? That's how I felt when I went there and we used the SIM card. I was like, I was there for 2 weeks. I guess you're there for a month. I think I spent $50 because I used way too much data, but Ting's not about data as much as it's calling.
I was gonna say, like, was that you donating your skin?
No, I know, right?
Tactics, man.
That would be. I wouldn't. First off, if I was gonna donate to myself, I'd be a baller. I'd be like, Riff can donate $100. What?
You're not even donating to yourself. You're like paying me half your donation.
Shut up. All right. Blinking around here on the side. Unfortunately, these widow mines are gonna get hits by the looks of it. Scans to see if there's widow mines, or sorry, observers for the widow mines, but they're gonna be safe for now. Anyways, TLDR guys, Ting is awesome. I can verify that. I'm glad someone else donates to further the point. But this overcharge is going to almost kill one of the medevacs.
Right.
One of them goes down. Liberators are not set up for this.
Idea.
This was a bad idea, but he might turn it into something that works. The overcharge dies. Zealot's being picked off. Unfortunately, though, this is just not going to have enough bio left over by the time it cleans it up.
Yeah. All the overtures are gone, and Indy's not exactly rolling in money, so he is losing production despite what I would still say is a really terrible drop.
Well, he pulled probe, so yeah, BC's going to cut out his opponent's economy, but he's also going to lose out a lot at home. He's got to repair that command center. It's going to go down. Liberator getting some really nice shots, picks off that Archon. Without the Archons, the Marines can fight this a lot more comfortably, but the entire third, and why were there 33 SCVs at the third in the first place?
I don't think he ever sent those SCVs back to mining from the medevac.
No, I don't think he did either. The national base is empty, so Indy just got 30-plus kills.
Yeah. I mean, luckily Beastyqt saved the third CC, so he can try and replace those. And of course, he has a mule, but that's pretty bad.
God.
And he's not going to be bad upgrades. I guess the Woodmine's got some pretty decent hits.
The
only thing he has going for him are those Liberators.
You cut out again. He's going to be what, sir?
I think the Woodmine's got a good hit, and the only thing he has going for him is the Liberators.
No, I heard that. Okay, whatever. Dude, this problem, man. I don't know what's causing it.
Life is hard.
The question I have to ask once again is, like, is this something on my end? Like, you guys are hearing this on stream, right? I know yesterday some people said they weren't, but, like, I watched those VODs and I could hear it, man. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I don't know, man.
Some people were just so in love with Zombie Grove, they, like, overlooked the flaws of her literally not speaking for, like, a second and having a complete portion of her sentence blanked out.
I understood you, my love.
You accidentally the whole sentence, and I knew it. I knew it the whole time.
Okay, well, this is Beastyqt's maybe last push. Yeah, I think so. He's not even bothering to make the SCVs. And he has an army supply that, like, if the Woodmines got really good hits and the Liberators were just, like, walked under, I could certainly see
those
it
storm
winning.
drops from the side, though. Nice flank. Bio manages to escape, but Liberators don't care so much for the damage. Great moves out of Indy, but BC doesn't take enough damage.
That was actually really cool. That was another good storm. Oh, and he walks back into it.
He's like, I'm safe. I'm not safe. Now I'm safe. She loves me. She loves me not.
Is there one more? There's actually still 3 more High Templars, 4 more High Templars. Oh my god. Thought they'll all be done by now. So I don't think he's going to be able to win this fight, but we'll see how the splits look.
Good baits trying to get those Archons into the Liberators. Unfortunately, yeah, cutting back's not going to cut it.
Oh, get that War Prism. Oh!
Templar gets some more good storms. BC taps out. Game 1 is going to go to Indy. Nicely done by Indy. I love that there wasn't... First off, there's mistakes made by Beasty, obviously. But I loved the tactic of, like, that flanking drop. I loved having them in the Warp Prism. Like, that guy had smart and cool moves. Thumbs up.
Oh, I was on recently played maps this entire time.
What is the next one so I can load the intro, by the way?
King Sejong Station.
Alright. Nope, apparently it's missing. Again.
Oh, okay.
Man, I played this yesterday. Hang on, I gotta go find this on the computer. I know it exists. Unless I really was stupid enough to delete it.
You're just like, nope, that doesn't work out. Delete.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know where it is right now. I'll go find it afterwards, guys. We'll just we'll just do no intro for this one. But it's frustrating because it straight up played during the broadcast, the same broadcast it disappeared on, right? Like, I don't know. But King Sejong Station coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
Ready whenever they are.
Mm-hmm. Ready whenever they say go. Go, 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 go. Go. Indy?
He's ready. He's raring to go.
There we go. What the fuck is that? The song?
No, just revving up the engine.
Oh.
I don't know how cars work. Okay, people are saying they're not hearing a cutout. I hate you guys. I feel like you are actually lying to yourselves, not that you're lying to me. I can't. Whatever. We'll go with it. We'll pretend nothing's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in this best of 3. Spawning on the upper left side of King Sejong Station, it's going to be the light blue, the teal Terran, Beastyqt. Currently down 1 in the series.
In the bottom right, as the red Protoss, he's Indy. Do you think he's a fan of racing, or like this is Indiana Jones?
Why can't it be both? It's the perfect why can't I say this word? The perfect cumulation.
Culmination?
Yeah, of both.
Culmination? Is that what you said?
I was trying to. I give up.
Wasn't it culmination? Like.
However, I can't. Why is my brain? I can't do this word. It's like
I think your brain is blanking out, man.
Vietnamese. It's like I can't say that word, and now I apparently can't say this one. There you go.
Vietnamese?
Yeah, we've had this conversation. I can't say that word in one go for some reason.
I don't remember. Well, I guess maybe I do vaguely remember this.
I can say it in parts, and if I really concentrate, I can say it. But
okay,
like,
so
I cannot
Vietnamese.
just offhandedly say it.
Say it. Wow. Okay.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Whatever, dude. I can say a lot of other things perfectly fine, but that's the one.
Yeah,
like, luckily, we don't have a lot of Viet players playing, so I don't have to worry about it.
Luckily, it's Koreans, not Vietnamese players.
Yes, the best kind of Asians.
Aren't you Japanese?
The second best kind of Asians. In fairness, though, like I gotta say, like that whole Eastern culture appeal, like whether you're like a fan of Koreans or Chinese or Japanese or whatever, like I gotta say each culture really has something that's super cool that stands out to me. Like
sure,
like there's the whole like, oh, they all look alike and whatever jokes to be made, but like there are such cool definitive differences. The only ones that well, may be different that I can't give any respect to, that's gonna be North Korea. Did you see that video on Reddit? Actually, that was the guy eating the street food or whatever in North Korea.
No, I'm just interested in that.
Yeah, so I thought for certain this had to be fake, because like how do you take pictures and carry a video camera around in North Korea, right? Like without getting arrested. And I guess the deal with this guy is he's actually like husband to an Indonesian consulate or something, and she's like a big part of like working in North Korea. But it's really weird because like all you ever see like through these documentaries the really shitty parts of North Korea, but I guess like the one small part of North Korea is actually like a decent city.
Interesting. Do you know what the food was?
It was just like, it looked like, I don't know, sushi or something, or I don't know.
Oh,
But it's like also these gross looking like egg pancakes and other things. It all just, ugh.
Egg pancakes sound amazing. What are you talking about? Alright, well, that's interesting. I should check it out. It is funny though how, I don't know, I think like 99% of people's first response to like any type of country or culture is like food.
Food and swear words.
I'm Vietnamese. Oh, I love pho.
Food and swear words are definitely the two things you learn about, if not racist stereotypes.
Well, okay, that's true. I know to say a curse word in Korean. I actually don't remember any curse words from French, and we
Merde.
definitely looked them up.
That's shit.
What is it?
Merde.
In French?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I never used that word.
I was nowhere close to saying cunnilingus, chat. What the fuck?
What?
Okay.
What? Chat, please.
I was struggling with C words, I'll tell you that much. But not in that area or that direction. Anyways, Warp Prism coming out of this. Actually, I know BC got a scout. Did he see the Twilight Council as well? Okay, he did. So this should be something he's expecting, but the interesting thing to me is the way he's getting really aggressive with this. You could try and take the defensive fight against this, but if the idea is that you can only warp in 3 Adepts because you've had to warp in everything else back at home defensively, then for BC, this attack is going to be fantastic. I mean, Hellions should absolutely destroy anything they get their hands on right now. It's Adepts, it's Probes, and it's a handful of Stalkers. So the drop going towards the main, going to bait the Mothership Core away from the natural, most likely. Maybe not, actually. There's so many Stalkers waiting.
Yeah, because Indy had perfect observing on the other side of the map. Like, he should have expected all of this. So I think he just had to kind of deal with not being able to deal with the Hellions of the natural with any units, because all the units would have been in the main base. And he just hoped that the Photon Overcharge it. I don't know if that was exactly the right idea, though. I actually think the reverse might have been better. Mothership Core in the main, units in the low ground, but I don't know. He's taking damage either way. Even I think being prepared for it, didn't expect it to get this much damage done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, no.
Almost gets a really amazing shot. Okay, kind of makes up for it there. Gets another shot. Goes for 17 and 23. Killing Probes in the main still with these Marines. That's just going to be the tap out. GG. What a quick game, too.
Damn.
Thank you, Marcos. Says, Ting Jesse, how nice of you to work with handicapped people like BaseTradeTV, lol.
Wow, rude.
In fairness, my speech impediment is like limited to, what, 2 or 3 words and comes up almost never, to the point where like 3 years working with Zombie Grub, she doesn't even remember. Like,
yeah, I know everyone has a word like that though. Like, I know I do, I just can't remember it right now. And I specifically avoid using it in casts because I definitely could. But also, speech impediments are real, guys. Like, you shouldn't make fun. What is this, elementary school?
What do you call someone who's got a speech impediment? Names. We'll be back in a few minutes after this break, guys. We'll see you soon. Alright, just in time for the lobby to get its party started. Gotta give a shout out to that resub, QFWFQ42. 42. Thank you for the 5-month resub. But we are getting into game number 3. It's tied up now 1-1. We go back to an old map. Down the back to Frost, ladies and gentlemen. In the upper right side, it's going to be the Teal Terran Beastyqt.
In the bottom left, as the red Protoss, he is Indy.
So, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is the first time we're actually casting on Frost.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm so happy to see it back. Like, it's an old friend.
Watching some of the Start League last night and a couple of the other streams, I gotta say this map has been a lot more standard than I expected it to be. Again, like, your naturals, whatever, third base is kind of far away, but I expected, like, when you start getting to this 4th or even just taking the base here, we'd start seeing that harass Liberators or whatever sitting up in these cliffs. But no, this game in most respects, and granted it's been more Zerg I've been watching than anything else, has looked like a pretty normal map, all things considered.
Yeah. I really think Frost has whatever the potential to be basically StarCraft 2's fighting spirit, probably, which is the most like balanced map of all time and one that everyone chooses to play on and never truly gets tired of either. Because of course, you know, Overgrowth always picked and it was the map pool for way too long, and people just got tired of playing on it. But it was still like the easiest pick in the world to actually play as the first map. Frost is just, it's pretty, it's got like nice symmetry, it's got penises in the middle of the map, that's always fun.
Wait, what did you just say?
It's pretty.
Did you say it as penises in the middle of the map? What?
Yeah.
Was that like, I hope Rifkin doesn't understand or catch this? Like, what the fuck was that?
You've never looked at the little lakes in the middle of the map and been like, there are they? No, not those lakes. Oh my god.
This? What are you talking about?
No, you were just there.
This one here on the right?
Yeah.
That looks to me like, that does not look like Zombie Grub. I think you need to go back to anatomy class. It definitely doesn't look. It definitely does not look like a penis lake. Look, I'm the first
the
one.
Same way Flame Juggler looks
Look,
like a monkey.
I'm the first one to see something stupid on a map, okay? And I'll be with you on this if there is something that looks like it. This just looks like a stupid map that has a split. Like, there's not enough. Okay, first off, the balls aren't curvy enough. Like, what is this? Secondly, that shaft, where's the head? Like, whether you're cut or uncut, there's something up here, but there's not. So I'm just saying, this doesn't look like a penis. I'm sorry.
It's also a lava lake, not a lake. Just one.
So wrong again. Congratulations. Thanks for debunking yourself. Checkmate.
Of course, all that aside, it's a really nice map. And going for these positions in particular, diagonal, it's going to be a probably pretty long macro map. So I like the Beastyqt to go for 2 bases, not just a 1 base build.
Oh man, fun. By the way, Bob will bring up some memories. I forgot about this when we had that 2v2 game with parting on this map where it was cats and I think Hydra or something, and parting 1v2'd them. So sick.
I remember that, yeah.
Does anyone have a link to that VOD? I would 100% love to see that VOD again, actually.
I remember the balloon game. It was random versus random, I believe. He just kept getting Shrek because he kept on getting Terran, which I'm very good with. That's what I remember on Frost. And I suppose the Muslim 2-axing every single time he was on this map.
Yeah, there we go. Bob already linked it in chat. Cats and Hydra versus parting in Saxtree. So this ended up going like they ganged up on Saxtree, but then parting like 1v2 of them afterwards. That 2v2 tournament had so many sick like of those gang up games where someone would try and come back in like 1v2. I think we had another instance of that on one of the desert maps. I can't remember which one the name of that was, but that 2v2 tournament was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Funny throwback too, because again, it was like what TING threw a 2v2 tournament last year, and I think that's how they first got introduced to us, working with Nathanius on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe so. So, third base comes down. This is actually the interesting part, I suppose, of Frost, is that where do you take your third base? So it's dependent on spawn positions, but it's also just dependent on a little bit of style. Races can also be an influence. So here, obviously, you think the main problem would be Liberators. There's actually a ton of space behind the mineral line, so Indy's not really going to be afraid of that. I think actually, if he took the bottom right, he'd have to be more afraid of Liberators, because there's high ground in his bottom right base.
All right, nice pick up on the observer. Good eyes on Beastyqt to see that coming. I guess, I was really expecting him to get more like frontline aggressive, have medevacs, picking up and dropping the tanks, but instead goes to that Banshee, and his pushing force is not going to be too bad if that was paired up with a +1, but wait, I'm not crazy. He had +1 coming, right? Did he just cancel it?
I didn't catch it.
I think he just canceled it. Okay, well, at any rate, whether I'm crazy or not, point is Beast is now only just starting stims, so any sort of pushing power he has is going to be fairly limited. And I guess with his scout earlier, kind of spooked him, so now he's going more into like this production / get a missile turret up, stay safe at home. I'm looking to see what he saw, but there really wasn't like, it doesn't look like a Dark Shrine. I guess he saw the Twilight Council and just got spooked, but Double Forge, if he had seen this, would have been huge. He's going to see it now with the Banshee.
Yeah.
Double Forge is a huge investment. He's really going to have the opportunity to push with this, I feel. Look at that army supply to Indy. It's non-existent.
He had the same thing with the
Banshee pushes mineral line off for both. That's going to send the probes right into the clutches of the other Banshee.
Wow, the transfers. He had the Double Forge, I believe, in the first game, and it ended up doing okay. Mostly because Beastyqt had a really terrible drop. But we'll see if it really in this game, as Beastyqt is setting up for a very, very powerful push. It's just that, Indy, he should have the Zelnagas, right? That's like his first problem, because if he doesn't see this push coming and actually stall it out for as long as possible, then yeah, it's an obvious problem. He's investing so much into everything else that he really needs that time to get an army up, which he just might not have. This might be a complete surprise, especially if the Banshees continue to do damage and keep him basically not focused on the game as a whole.
Well, the worker count, I keep looking back at BC's base because I was waiting to see if that push was coming, and here it is. He's even going to pull some SCVs with it. I love this to repair the tanks. I think that is a really good addition to this. You got to consider what's going on with the map, too. There's certainly an area here where you can put some tanks, create some nice zoning, pressure that third. Banshee stays alive, dips in later, maybe gets some more kills. I mean, BC did a pretty nice amount of damage, but he's hitting at a timing where, again, Indy doesn't have a lot of army supply to work with. He's going to have 1-1, and while that's really great, it's not going to stop 4 tanks from blowing the crap away, out of his army.
Yeah. Now, Indy could sacrifice the third base, and that's exactly what
He
I'm gonna
pulls.
do.
That's smart. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it still won't buy that much time, and getting the tanks in an even better position on the natural, where it's a little more cluttered, is going to be bad news.
Here's the thing that's so scary, right? Like if BC had actually played scared, if he had stayed behind lines back at home, never actually went this push because he was so afraid of attack coming, Indy would have snowballed with those double forges. It's a greedy move that we don't see a lot of people make anymore, and well, pretty much being exemplified as to why here in this game.
He really, I mean, as a whole, he didn't set this up.
This is just BM.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna go for a planetary. This is just BM.
Indy just really didn't have a good setup to defend against us at all. So besides the build order that he chose, actually being like harassed by those banshees is a big problem, and not having units in the middle of the map. You know, he has blink stalkers in the middle of the map. That's potentially a couple of units killed or time bought. But this was just an instant line directly to Indy's base, and it's game over. Like he's gonna try and hold on, but it's almost half the. It's less than half the army supply.
So BM. I will say, MVP Planetary Fortress of all time still goes to Rough, even though he lost the game versus Sulky. Proxying a Planetary into Reapers with +1. Still my favorite move.
Yeah.
GG.
GG!
Alright, Beasty's gonna mop up that series with a 2-1 finish. Move on to fight against Strange next. So I hope he's not bored of fighting Protoss, because he's gonna have to fight one more. Top half of the bracket, we have Bly and Damaga both advancing, so they're playing against each other right now in a ZVZ. Harston waits to play against what is possibly Xanster. Oh, I'm torn now, because I kind of want to fight... Oh. Harston either against Soul or Xanster would be a really good series. But following Beasty's story to his qualifier match, I think could be really cool as well. We'll let Zombie figure out what's going on. I got to queue up some more words from our sponsors. I know you guys were talking about Kyra earlier. Someone was even saying, can you let her cast with you instead of Zombie Grub? And I say rude. But also I think they were meant to say they wanted to cast with Zombie Grub instead of me. I just phrased it poorly. Regardless, we'll get a word from our sponsors, TING. Again, quickly done, guys. They are a U.S. mobile phone service. They will save you money while you're in the United States, especially if you're particularly around Wi-Fi all the time and don't need that much phone data. I can speak from experience of having used them, but also the fact that my phone plan sucks in Canada for what I use. I wish I could get Ting's rates up here in Canada. But anyways, check them out at bttv.ting.com. We'll see you guys after this break.